Another day unfolded along the front, and the sky remained just as unforgiving as ever. From a moment of carelessness in Zaporizhzhia to a string of precision strikes across the Dobropillya direction, nothing stayed hidden for long. Here's how it played out. Carelessness comes at a cost. In the Uragan direction, Zaporizhzhia, Russian drone operators picked up the movement of 3 enemy personnel, making their way back to their position. Moving casually and out in the open, none of them seemed to grasp that the area had long been under constant watch from above. The drone's camera tracked their every step, waiting for the right moment, a fatal miscalculation born from a false sense of safety. Once their position was confirmed, the first strike came from a Molnia 2 drone, followed shortly by a second from the same type. Those who survived the initial hits scrambled for cover beneath a dense cluster of trees near a fence line. A follow-up FPV strike was launched to finish the job, but this time the outcome fell short. The remaining personnel weren't fully neutralized, even as the damage from the earlier hits was clearly visible. Still exposed, the enemy shifted again to a new hiding spot, but the reprieve didn't last. A Molnia drone locked onto their new position and struck once more. Every move they made only bought them a little more time before the next strike found them. Further north, in the Dobropillya direction, a different kind of hunt was underway. Sniper pairs from the 74th Separate Motor Rifle Brigade, part of the center grouping, had made it their mission to take down the enemy's heavy drones, specifically the Baba Yaga and Vampire types used to drop mines or ferry supplies. Working from carefully concealed positions, they stayed hidden from enemy aerial reconnaissance and waited for their opening. It came when a Baba Yaga hexacopter was spotted heading their way. Judging its trajectory and speed, the sniper fired. The drone went down before it could release its payload. Not long after, a Vampire quadcopter conducting reconnaissance overhead met the same fate, brought down by an equally precise shot. To date, the brigade's sniper teams have accounted for more than 100 heavy enemy drones taken out of action. Elsewhere in the same direction, artillery took over where the snipers left off. A multiple rocket launch unit and Uragan system from the artillery corps of the center grouping moved into firing position, its target a defensive strong point doubling as an enemy drone control center. The first salvo landed close, but not close enough. Crews quickly recalculated, adjusting angle and range based on where the rounds had fallen. The second salvo followed, and this time it found its mark. The resulting explosion tore through both the strong point and the control center, just as daylight was giving way to dusk, closing out the day with one more enemy command point taken off the board. The strikes picked up again the following day. This time, drone operators from the 56th Special Battalion, conducting a routine sweep, noticed something out of place. An ordinary-looking residential building near the front line that had quietly been converted into a drone control center. From the outside, it blended in with every other house nearby, but the pattern of activity gave it away. Once the location and coordinates were confirmed, the information was passed to a strike drone unit already on standby, and a precision strike followed without delay. The result was decisive. The control center was fully neutralized, along with the equipment and personnel operating inside, bringing down an operation that had spent its existence hiding behind the walls of an ordinary home. Across 2 directions in 2 days, the same lesson repeated itself. Nowhere stays hidden for long, and no mistake goes unanswered. Whether it was a careless walk back to base, a drone slipping through the trees, or a command post disguised as an ordinary house, each target eventually gave itself away, and the response came fast every time. As always, thank you for being here. We hope today's report brought you a little closer to understanding what is really unfolding on the ground. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next report.